So today our basic topic is the organic chemistry, the Iupac names. So first you need to know that what Iupac means. Iupac full form is International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. And for the naming of compounds in the Iupac name, so you need to know three of the important things. The three things are the root, the suffix and the prefix. Now what are the root, suffix and prefix? We will go to the next slide for it. Now if we talk about the root, suffix and prefix, so first and foremost we can see that we are having here the roots. These are the roots. Okay, these are the roots. So in roots what we are mainly going to see is that roots means the number of carbon atoms basically. So there are some names, means so you may say some short notations for understanding the names. First one is meth. Okay, so first one is meth, which means 1, then eth, then prop, but, pent, hex, hept, or non-dec. So these are the roots which are very important to be remembered. So these are the roots. So these roots are to be remembered very nicely. Next, this comes the suffix. Okay, here we come to the suffix portion. Now what does suffix mean? Suffix means something which will be written at the last. So suffix, that means this will be written at the last. Now here we can see that there are alkane, alcohol, alkyne, alkene. So among these alkane, alkene and alkyne, these three are the basic you may say the basic suffixes. Other than this, if we see, we are having alcohols, aldehyde, amine and ester is not needed for this. So amine, I am just striking it off, and ester are not needed for this portion, and along with the nitrile is also not required. So what are the things we are going to learn here? That is the alkane, alcohol, alkene, alkyne, aldehyde, ether and ketones. So how many things we are going to learn here? Yeah, one more thing here, it is missed out, that is the CHOOH, that is the carboxylic group. So what is missed here, if I could say, so it is COOH group, that is the carboxylic group. Okay, so this also is one of the important thing. So here the names you have seen, that the suffix you have seen, the functional group structure also you have seen. Yeah, this structure, this functional group structure will help you to draw the structures in the exams. So here in all the cases you may say that for alkane you have the CH atoms, then for alcohol it is first hyphen then OH. Hyphen then OH means with the whole compound, which this notations will be given to show that is the alcoholic compound. Next comes the alkene, which will have double bond. Alkyne will have triple bond. Aldehyde will have COH bond with the other compounds also, with the other CH bonds. So this CH shows that it is bonding with the other CH, means other CH bondings or the other CH bonds. This shows that it is bonding with O, and this shows it is bonding with H. Basically this portion is the most important one. This portion you need to remember. Okay, the C is having double bond with O and single bond with H, so it is the aldehyde. Amine is not needed. So ether O is there, and in the two sides it will have the ethyl groups. Yeah, ethyl, methyl, these groups, it will have the methyl groups. So ethyl, methyl, this all we are going to see. Okay, don't worry, we are going to see it. Both sides will have the methyl groups. Any methyl or ethyl groups you may have. Okay, so next comes the ketone. This is not read. Ketone is having two bonds with O, and on the both sides it will have some of the other CH bonds. And for nitrile it is not required, so we will go directly to the next. Yeah, now we will come to the suffix. What are the suffix mainly here? The main suffixes you can see here are the main suffix you may see that like that, ethyl, then methyl. Okay, now what this ethyl and methyl means is that, okay, sorry, I'm very sorry for that. Okay, ethyl means one hydrogen atom is taken out from the alkane or the ethane. So if one is taken out from the ethane, so you will get C2, H5, C2H5 for ethyl. For methyl you get CH3. So this will be the suffixes. These are the two main suffixes. More suffixes are there. Like if we talk about, let me talk about propyl. Propyl, if we say, so propyl will have propane. Propane is C3 and H8. So here it will have C3H7 for propyl. Okay. Similarly, if we go for the butyl, if we go, so butane is having C4H10, butane is having, and butyl will have C4H9. So one hydrogen atoms have been taken out, which is forming the ethyl or methyl or the propyl or the butyl group, means the alkyl groups. Okay, now we will go to the naming of it. Okay, yeah, one more thing that I forgot to say you is that alkane, and alkyne. Okay, these three are the basic suffixes I have told you, but the thing is that what are the others? This alcohol, aldehyde, ether, ketone, and COOH. Okay, these all are the functional groups. Okay, now apart from that, we have told you the COOH. So this is the carboxylic group. Okay, this is the carboxylic group. So this carboxylic group will have bonding somewhat like this. Okay, let me rub it and I will show you the carboxylic group how it will have the bondings. So it will have like this bond, COOH. Okay, it may be either like this or it may be given like this also. Okay, and here the other CH carbons atoms. So this is for the COOH, that is the carboxylic group. This is the structure. Okay. Okay, now we will go to the naming portions. Now as we have came to the naming portion, so you need to know that how you are going to name. So there are some rules for it. Some not a hard and soul rule you may say, but the correct rule. Yeah, it is important for naming the compounds very accurately. The first and foremost thing is that you have to take the longest carbon chain. Now what does this mean, longest carbon chain? Let me change the color and let me write something like that, C. Okay, or here also one C. So you have to take the longest carbon chain. It means that we need to take this chain for naming it. This chain, this is the longest chain because it is having 4 carbon atoms here, it is having 2 and it is also having 2. So these 2 are discarded, we will take only this portion. Okay, so the first and the foremost is the longest carbon chain. Now the question comes here is that what would happen if the carbon is given like this, like C C C C C C C. So like this it is given. Just an example. So how will take the longest chain? How will take the longest chain? Here I will take the longest chain like this. This is the longest chain for this, because these two are not having the longest chain, because these two are not having any connections with it. So no connection means no longest chain. Okay, no connection means we will not consider that as the longest chain carbon atoms. We will take this one. For understanding, I have just told there may be any connections in the higher classes, you may get it, but here in this position, this is the longest chain. Because if you take like this, so it is 4, and if you take like this, so it is 5. So obviously 5 is greater than 4, so it is the longest chain. Now the next one is the number it from the nearest alkyl or functional group. Number it from the nearest alkyl or functional group. Okay, so let me take one example like this. 1 2 3 4 6. It's CH3. So how we are going to name it? So the naming should start from the nearest alkyl functional group. Alkyl or the functional group. So how you are going to take that? Let me say you how you are going to take that one into consideration. We will name it from here like this. Or we are going to name it from like this. Now you see, okay, now as I have named it from the left to right, so first it is left to right, okay, and in the down position is the right to left. So you can see that 2 is always smaller than 3, so 2 denotes that it is nearer. Okay, so from that side we are going to name this one. So 1 2 3 4, we have numbered it out. Now I will name it. Next thing is coming is that naming alphabetical order, that will come later, but first we will write that how many carbon atoms are there. First you tell me how many carbon atoms are there. Then 4. So 4 means we have learned that it is bute. Yeah, we have learned it. So here we have learned that 4 means bute. So we are going to write that one there. So sorry for the interruption. What we are talking about was that C C C C here CH3. Yeah. So there we have seen that it is bute. So 4 is there, so we will write here bute. Okay, bute. Okay. Now at the position where we have found that it is there, so I found it 1 2 3 and it is 4 position, so it is 2. So write 2 methyl. So we are going to write here 2 methyl. Okay, 2 methyl 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 bute. Now what will be the suffix here? First should be the suffix. It should be N, because there are single bonds here. See, so N. So the name of this compound is 2-methyl butane. Simple thing. Okay. Now here we are going to see the next example. That is, let us take one example like this. CH3 CH3 and sorry, CH3. If something is like this, if something is like this, so what are you going to name it as? Let me write it nicely. So CH3 and our question CH3 have done. Although I don't know that whether it exists or not, but just simple example. So here you can break it as CH3. Okay, here one thing I have written wrong here. It should not be CH3. It should be always CH2, because if it is CH3, the CH3, so one more should be there. Okay, so sorry, maybe there. Okay, let me draw this structure like this. C here H, here H, and this portion H. Okay, here C, H, H, 1 2 3. Yeah, here you cannot write it. Here you are not allowed to write this one. Here you are not allowed to write this 3. Why, you know? Because if you are writing here 3, so it will have the 5 ends, which is not possible, because it is tetravalent, as we all know. So we will write it as 2. So what name can we give it here? Naming of this compound, please. So what is the name for it? You can give it, so you can just number it from here, 1 and here 2. Oh, sorry, not here, 2 here. You can write it as 1 methyl 2 is there. I don't know whether it exists or not, just a name. For example, I am giving the 1 methyl, because it is in the position 1, and we can write it as C. 2 C is there, so you can write it as ethane. Okay, eth is for 2, and as there is single bond, so you write it as ethane. But the question comes that if there is double bond, nothing much is going to change. Only this ethane is going to become ethene. Okay, it is going to become ethene because double bond in. Okay, similarly, if there are triple bonds, so it will just change to ine. Yeah. Okay, now we will go to the next example. That is, sometimes you may get like this. One example, you may get CH3Br. CH3 Br. Okay, sorry. I'm very sorry for it. So CH3 you can get it here, and next you will get CH. Next you can get here CH 3, or let it to be position, let it to be like this only. Br, let's write here Br. So CH 2 will be there. Yeah, CH2 will be there. C1, yeah, CH2 will be there. So what will be the name of this compound? Very easy to say, very easy thing. You are getting the answer? Okay, so where is the functional group? This bromine, this Br means bromine. Okay, this Br means bromine. So it is also considered as one of the important means periodical thing. Means it will also get some priority here. So alpha you have remembered that I have told you that you have to name it in alphabetical order, so that comes here. So here Br is there, so first we write bromo, but at what position is there? It is 1, it is 2, so 1 bromo. Okay, so 1 bromo. Now what does this next thing? Okay, 1 bromo and 2 ethyl. 1 bromo ethyl. Simple to say. Only this name you have to give here. Okay, 1 position is there, it is second position, so here 1 bromo, at the position 1 ethyl. So if you are not giving the 1 also, no problem, but better to give 1 to get the clear understanding. So like this you can proceed with the questions. Okay, and other things are also the same, that if there are 4 bromo, so you will write the tetra bromo. Okay, now let's see one example with the chlorine also. Cl. Okay, I'm not writing here anything else. Okay, I'm just saying it like this only, because H are there. Consider the CH3, CH2, CH3, and Cl is at the above. This CH3, it is in the chain, that doesn't mean the ethyl or methyl, it doesn't mean the methyl. It will always mean that it is a bond with the other 3 hydrogen atoms. Okay, so here what will be the name? Simple name we will see here. What will be the name? Simple name. Position 1, 2, 3, 1 chloro, 3 are there, so what is that? It means prop. So prop in. Okay, this one we are doing with the alkane, that is the single bond. If there are double bonds, so it will become propene. If there is triple bond, so it will become propyne. Like this the changes will come. So these are the examples that I have shown you. The similar things will be there. Okay, and suppose they are telling you to draw propanol. Simple propanol. The propanol example I am going to give you. Propanol. How we are going to draw? Prop. Okay. Prop means C 3 C's. Okay. Propanol or propene. Propanol. So AN means alkane. So single bond will be there. All alcohol, what I have said you, alcohol only OH group will be added. Yeah, the thing is that here CH3 will come. Okay, you have to take it like this, that here H is there, here also H is there, here also H is there. Okay, H, and to roam around with this. Here also H, here also H, here H, here also H. Okay, so like this will be the structure of propanol. Okay, so anything other things to say? Okay, one more thing I would just tell you at the last, that is, if you will see that your C is having like this bond anywhere like this, upside or down, so you will always consider as the aldehyde group. Okay, now if your C is having something like this, CH, C like this, so it is the alcohol. It may be anywhere, but like this I am just telling you. If it is like this, so it is a ketone. Okay, double bond with O, ketone. Okay, so we have seen all the things. Okay, so here we have seen almost all the things. So thank you, and if there is problem, you can just tell me out. Thank you very much. So there are some questions for you all. The first is these two, the second comes this one, and the fifth comes this one. Okay, this is the fifth one. It's the fifth one. It's 2 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. These 5 are the practice questions. Okay, so you can try it out, and bye bye.